Hey, we're back. We're recording 2 weeks in a row, so it's a yearly record. Welcome back to Try Takes Season 4, Episode 2. My name is Dan. I'm with Luke and Sam, and today we're talking exclusively football, even though it's not even August yet, because that's who we are. We're going to talk some AFC North. We got some good topics, and we're going to do a quiz at the end, because why not?
And this is the start of a series where we cover every single.
And of course, did you learn your lesson? Like, I was getting invested with what he was talking about. Oh,
What Sam was trying to say is that we're going to be starting a new thing where we go into every division in the NFL. We're going to have some people come in and talk about stuff that they want to talk about, just so it doesn't get all stale with the three of us. And we'll also be adding some fun little things that we're going to add to the episodes on top of our discussions. So that'll be fun. So some exciting stuff to look forward to.
yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a rotation going. We got some good guys. Tom, who's been a regular contributor. We're definitely going to bring back some Picks of Ryan stuff. You know, the fan favorite staple, Ryan. Wait, maybe I can bring him on screen for a second here, just to show him off. Boom, that's Ryan. Or that's Ryan too. He's gonna kill me. But yeah, no. Our good friend yeah, that's true. Our good friend Jimmy will probably talk a division of sorts. I don't know what he's going to talk about. Maybe it'd be fun to get him on the AFC East episode, just because he probably knows the most about that.
And Tom and Jimmy are going to be on often. Like, it's past once we finish all this football stuff, like the divisional stuff. They're like when NBA starts or when the season starts or for fantasy stuff, they're going to be on our episodes because we are doing a league with them. And also, you know, obviously we're good friends with them and they know ball. They definitely have some good things to say, some great conversations to be had. So, yeah, it'll be fun having those guys on for sure.
I'm pumped.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the AFC North today because I think we all collectively agreed the most chaotic division, as I would call it. There's so many storylines, and they really started like before the season even began with free agency, but even before that, the draft. Just with the Browns and Shador and Dylan Gabriel and what they're doing. Obviously, interesting what happened last year in the division. You know, the Ravens were incredible. They had an incredible season, but they fell short again. They were 12-5. The Steelers doing their normal just above 500 routine were 10-7. The Bengals were 9-8 and just barely missed the playoffs. And the Browns, not sure what their situation will be for the future. They're in cap hell, and they just don't know what to do with the Deshaun situation. They finished 3-14.
And they drafted 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Which Sam will be talking about later.
Any thing really standing out about this division besides what we're going to talk about?
I mean, I think that in terms of competition, this is always one to look out for. And especially because I have some Steelers fans in my family, so I've been hearing all the commentary on that. But it should be good. I think that a lot of the teams in this division, mainly I would say the Browns and the Steelers, they added what they needed to add, or taking steps in the right direction to making, you know,
they have concepts of a plan.
Concepts of a plan for sure are there. Yeah. But we'll see how that's executed. Obviously, any team can look good on paper, but we'll have to see what happens come season time.
Yeah, definitely with both of those teams. People definitely thought things. No, there are definitely thoughts there. But what I want to say
invigorating.
Is this division in general, it just seems so centered around the draft. Like, every single team, whether it was good or bad, there was drama with the draft. The Steelers taking forever to take a quarterback. the Browns and their situation with the quarterback, the Bengals, Shamar Stewart situation, and the Ravens just for having a stellar draft.
I think, just to cut you off, I think when we talk about the Ravens, like, you can't talk about the Ravens without talking about just how good they are at drafting. They are.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't even know if it's like how good they're kind of just like best available. Okay, like sure, yeah, why not? But they got positional needs too, and we could talk about that. Some of my favorite guys in the draft went there, so I'm really excited.
Malachi Starks.
Malachi Starks leading off the Mike Green. Those are two guys that were at one point top 15 consideration.
And those are huge ads too. Like those are huge ads. But we'll talk about that.
The controversy of the AFC North.
It just
Talk
adds.
About that or not? I don't. Just
nah.
We're not going to get into.
We'll talk about the state of the game.
Definitely.
Yeah, I was insightful, Luke. But yeah, yeah. I think the first thing we need to talk about, though, which I will lead, is the Bengals. And just look, say what you want about their top three players, like they just have mismanaged how to handle a really good roster, just constantly. And it's not even like they're not paying guys. At least they're top three, like I just said. But they handled those ones bad too. They did not handle the T. Higgins or Jamar Chase one, in their favor at all. Those extensions, and Burrow even. I don't know if you guys remember, after that 2022 season, Burrow was like a little upset they didn't approach him about a contract extension earlier. And so you could go back. If you haven't seen the news, Shamar Stewart is holding out of contract. He's holding out of signing his rookie deal. They still haven't signed Trey Hendrickson to anything. He's holding out as well. He's not participating in practices or mini camps. So they have their two edge rushers, who would be frankly filthy together, and they still haven't signed them yet. And obviously, they've spent a lot of money already, but they're kind of in a really bad situation, and it's the reason why their defense could be terrible. It's going to be terrible already with how bad their secondary is, but it's going to be terrible this year if they don't figure out something soon.
Yeah, I think also, but like on the other side of that, right? I think it's kind of like what they consider a priority because they had that huge day, like that day where they signed both Jamar and T. Higgins to those deals. So I think once you spend that money, I don't remember exactly. I know Jamar's contract, like he's the second highest paid non-quarterback player in the league, aside under someone that I will be talking about later. But and I think like T. Higgins getting that new deal, obviously there was a lot of noise around him kind of going somewhere else, which obviously didn't happen. But also like you send out those huge paydays and then you're kind of like, I don't know if I really want to like shell out more money to these talents who are frankly deserving of high contracts, Trey Hendrickson especially. But I think it just kind of puts them in a hard situation because you don't want to spend all that money, especially because I feel like this is the second or third time that Trey Hendrickson, there has been some like talk about his extension. And now that we're at the time of his extension, then it's kind of like all kind of boiling over.
Yeah.
But
yeah. No, I think that's a good point. Yeah. Sam?
I mean, the Bengals, I could go on a rant about how terribly mismanaged they are. They wait way too long to bite the bullet on anything, and they've done this forever. T. Higgins, I think, when there was that talk of the extension, they could have either put up the money for the extension last year, or what I honestly think they should have done, and trade him. They could have got a second-round pick. The big rumor was the Patriots. So just looking at the 2024 draft class, it's 1 year, I understand. But let's say you trade T. Higgins for the Patriots' second-round pick that they used on Jalen Polk. They could have got Ladd McConkey, who would be an immediate replacement for him, or Cooper DeJean
Yeah,
for
I mean,
their defense.
look, and I'm not going to defend Jalen Polk, but could he have done better in a situation with a NFL ready quarterback? No, I mean, he would have been as good as Lad McConkey, but he might have done better, you know.
No, but there was talent available if they really wanted to add another piece. Instead of wasting their third round pick on Jermaine Burton, who has clearly shown he does not want to be in Cincinnati and does not want to play there. Instead of dealing with that headache, you could have got rid of T. Higgins and could have got some impact players on the defense or gotten his replacement. This Shamar Stewart situation is really stupid, in my opinion. You wasted a first-round pick on him, pay him.
Yeah.
It's a waste of a first-round pick. I understand if he's being difficult. I understand if he wants more money. I completely get that. But are you really going to waste your first-round pick that was in the top 20 by not signing him to a deal that he wants when you think he's going to be an impact player in the draft? Who knows if he will be an impact player for the Bengals, but they could have just already signed him and done deal and not had this headache. Trey Hendrickson is a whole other issue. He has been one of the best pass rushers in the NFL for the last 3 years. And the Bengals are just ignoring that and not paying him, which they always do. The Bengals are the cheapest organization in the NFL. And that's great that you signed Jamar and T. Higgins and Joe Burrow to these extensions, but T. Higgins could have been cheaper if you did it a year before. Jamar Chase could have been cheaper if you did it a year before.
Mm-hmm. No, I think you're right. They wait so long, and I'm going to go over the terrible timeline they've had since the 2022 season on doing that. I think one of the clearest cases is the Shamar situation because, like, it feels like the Bengals are like really pitting this on him, like, oh, he doesn't want to be a Bengal, and he wants to go back to college, and all those reports flying around, and like, dude, like, you have clear examples where you didn't sign guys in time, like, it's really terrible. But
and also, can I just say that I think the Bengals are digging themselves into like. You could think that there could be no possible way that the situation gets any worse. But then you look at the Bengals, who's the only unsigned first-round pick is Shamar Stewart. And then you see second-rounders getting fully guaranteed contracts for the first time in NFL history. And they have to go ahead and with seeing that, now Shamar Stewart is like, oh, these guys are getting fully guaranteed contracts? Bet, I want a fully guaranteed contract, or I want a lot more money for the talent that I bring. And so I think the Bengals are kind of like have been dumb about this whole situation, but I don't think anyone is kind of denying that.
So I'm going back into my research of the 2024 draft, which they should have traded T. Higgins. All right. With the 18th pick, they picked Amarius Mims. Who knows how it'll pan out? Whatever. But if you trade T, you have money to spend on a big tackle. So instead of taking Amarius Mims, the pick after was Jared Verse, Defensive Rookie of the Year. If you want to bring in a huge impact defensive player. But let's say they don't. Let's say they want to get T's replacement. 5 picks after the Bengals' first-round pick was Brian Thomas.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
And
that's pretty bad.
Quinyon Mitchell, and if you like him, Terrion Arnold.
Anyone.
Even bleeding into the second round with those receivers, Lad McConkey and even Keon Coleman would fill a hole.
Yeah, I at least give him more reps,
And he didn't do anything last year, but Adonai Mitchell is there.
Adonai Mitchell is on the Colts.
I'm saying in the second round.
Oh.
Well, I do want to get into before we talk about the Shamar situation because I don't know if you guys know this. It's not about the money. It's about there's a clause in his contract specifically because the money, like, it's you don't get a choice, right? Like, you're gonna get a fully guaranteed deal as a rookie in the first round. I think it's like 4 year, 18 million, which is obviously not a lot, but you're a rookie, so you know it's not about that. It's about it's about language in the contract. Before that, let's just go back. Like, this is just living proof that once you spend money on like a top 3 quarterback in the league, you can't do anything really. And they signed Burrow to a 5-year, $275 million contract, and then that following season, what happens? He has the calf injury, so they have a terrible year. That year was terrible for them. And
Wait,
then
that was his calf injury? What year? 23?
23.
Okay.
Yeah. So they end the season 9-8. So after spending money, they shell out all this money. This is probably the lowest point for them. Was at this point. Like, they spent all this money on the quarterback. They don't have Jamar or T. Higgins signed. There had been mumblings like Trey Hendrickson again. Like, when are you gonna extend him? Like, all of these things. And then T. Higgins requests a trade in this offseason. This is going into 2024. So they franchise tagged him. I don't know if you guys remember that. So they were the whole year, like, I guess they extend him. Like, you gonna trade him? What's the deal? And then they franchise tag him, and immediately after, he's like, no, I'm requesting a trade. Like, I don't want to be here, which is crazy because, like, you know, quarterback's dream or wide receiver's dream to be in that situation, you know, with a really good wide receiver that can give you space and Joe Burrow, right? So obviously, clearly, there's already internal struggles.
I think he just wanted to be a wide receiver one.
That too, but then he stayed, right? So who knows? Like, you know, honestly, he probably thought that when they franchise tag him, he's probably like, I can get a lot more, you know, if it's to any organization like Luke and I's New England Patriots that would be willing to shell out money.
And we're willing to shell out money.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess. Anyway, so he said he loved, and this is from the Schefter tweet of the time. He said he loves Cincinnati. He hoped to be with the team long term. Disappointed that the team has not had any talks, none, about a long-term contract extension since March 2023. And this was the whole offseason. So they waited until September, and they still hadn't approached him, which is crazy. And in this 23 offseason. And then months later, what happens? Well, Jamar Chase, the hold-in. I don't know if you guys know, a hold-in is a $40,000 fine a day. So every day you miss, which he was there, he just wasn't participating. And Zach Taylor, kind of cover face, goes, yeah, good plans in place. No, that's proof that he's lying is the fact that they signed the two biggest contracts to wide receivers at the same time. They signed Jamar to a 4-year 161 and Higgins to a 4-year 115, I believe. So you take that money and you take the money you owe Burrow the next 3 years, and you're paying over $450 million for 3 players and over 4 years. And I think Burrow has an opt out after 28. So I mean, that'd be stupid if they, you know, didn't re-sign him, but who knows? Right. It's just crazy. It's crazy how much they screwed up. And then you get to this year, and obviously your best players, Trey Hendrickson, did he lead the league in sacks? He was close.
He did, I think, that year.
17 and a half sacks.
Or was that
last year? Last year, 17 and a half sacks. He's on an expiring deal. He's, you know, it's $15 million, and he's skipping minicamps. And then this Shamar situation, which basically the language in the contract is that if Shamar Stewart gets a disciplinary action, he goes to jail, for example, at worst case scenario, or he gets suspended, that the language in the contract that the Bengals want to sign is that they don't have to pay him. But that's not like it for any other rookie contract. That's what he's hearing from his agent. That's what he's hearing from the team. Like, no other rookies really signed that. And then today, quotes come out from the Bengals owner, like literally 4 hours ago, quote, "We're not paying someone to sit in jail." Now, let me ask you guys this. If you're Shamar Stewart and you're the owner of the team that you're going to play for, hopefully, says, "Yeah, we're not going to pay you because, if you go to jail, we don't want to pay you." Like, how does that feel after like ridiculous amounts of contract negotiations?
First of all, there's a fucking fly that
I saw
keeps
that.
going on my fucking shit. I keep trying to look for anyway. So if you see me looking around, that's what it is. But if I'm Shamar Stewart, and maybe this is a rash decision.
Hello? You muted.
Yeah, my mic. I'm good there.
Oh, okay.
If I'm Shamar Stewart, I'm not playing for the Bengals. After that, after hearing that, because what if you are hearing that no one else has ever gotten this clause in their contract, then you are automatically given a handcuff, no pun intended, or handcuff, sorry. Handcuff of having the expectation and the eyes on you that you're going to potentially mess up and end up in jail. I feel like that's really disrespectful.
Yeah.
Especially as a rookie coming into this league, and you hear about the stories of other players kind of getting into disciplinary trouble. And as someone with, I don't know, I'm assuming Shamar Stewart has a clean
I thought
record.
you were going to say, as someone with disciplinary trouble.
No. Also, Sam, do you have a light?
Hey,
if he turns on his light, his mic will go off. Oh, and that was chest. Anyway, you're saying
the Yankees. But if you're already given the kind of like, if I'm someone who doesn't have any past criminal history, like I don't know if Shamar Stewart does or not, but I feel like as a avid fan, we would have heard something, right? Like if this was like an actual issue, but it really doesn't seem like it is. So what's the point of adding that to his contract? I just think it's disrespectful. I would not play for that team. If I have the opportunity to do something else and kind of like wait, I don't know, maybe I would,
I understand your take, but just solely about playing for the Bengals or not, it's just he's gonna look stupid if he doesn't, but he's also gonna look stupid if he does. It's a complete lose-lose situation for him. I mean, if he goes back to school, there's a chance.
He can't play, by the way, if he goes back to school. He can't play this year.
He can't play.
Yeah.
No team's going to take a chance on him. At all. Because
I'm not sure if that's necessarily true.
Maybe an undrafted situation or best case scenario late round pick. No team's going to take him, especially a guy that's out of football for a year.
Right, I mean, that's fair. I think if, although, I mean, on the other end of what I said, okay, so you take the deal and then don't get into any legal trouble, make a point of it. But I just think that the expectation is, I don't know, disrespectful.
I totally
it's just weird.
Completely disrespectful. But
I think
one of those lose-lose situations. For Shamar Stewart, and I feel bad for him.
I think, I think what happens is that the NCAA, once you, get where you declare for the draft and you get drafted, I'm pretty sure you just cannot play. I think that's the current rules. I forget if it's happened before. I can't remember the last time a player sat out of the draft. But it's just very Bengals. And they need defense. I don't understand why they can't just it almost seems petty at this point. Maybe obviously they're tight on cap. Actually, they're not even. I think they have the 11th most cap space in the league. So it's not obviously they spent a lot of money on three players, sure. You don't want to, you got to tread lightly whenever you do that. But at the end of the day, like, dude, get out of the contract. Just he is a player with a lot of potential. He could change your defense if developed right. I'm not saying he's a perfect player. He is. Like I honestly I didn't like him too much out of the draft just because he's very experimental. He's all athleticism. The production wasn't really there at A&M, but you get him a guy like, I don't know, Trey Hendrickson to like help teach you. I just think the potential's unlimited, and it's gonna hurt the Bengals again. I wouldn't be surprised if they're bottom 3 in every defensive ranking next year.
Do you, if you're like in this situation, do you think that even if he does sign the contract, that we are far past the point of no return in terms of a relationship?
If he signs the contract, I mean, I don't know. We don't see rookies get traded too early, that good, very early. Into
like
their
a first
NFL
rounder.
careers.
Right.
I mean, what if he pans out? I mean, he's going to have all the leverage in the world, right? So, I think, and knowing the Bengals' history, that only leads to more hold-ins or holdouts and bad rookie contract deals.
But also, because, like, if he does pan out, right? But now there's an extra big spot because of the situation. There's an extra big spotlight on him and the situation. That if he does sign a contract and he doesn't perform well, it's not gonna bode well for anyone.
I think the only thing I'm sorry, Sam. Real quick, I think the only thing he could do is try to get traded immediately before he enters the league.
Mm-hmm.
I think John Elway did this because John Elway was drafted by the Colts, and then he was like
immediately when he got drafted.
Right, exactly. That's the only. That's a good point. That's the only problem. I know Elway, like he was like, I'm going to play baseball. Like, see ya. And then they traded his draft rights to the Broncos, and thus history changed. That's crazy, by the way. I mean, Peyton wouldn't have been drafted by the Colts. And then obviously Eli. That just unbelievable. But he would have to get traded. Unless if he doesn't want to play for the Bengals, and he doesn't have that much leverage. So
yeah, it's an unfortunate situation.
It's a lose-lose.
One that should be panning out within the next couple of weeks for sure.
Speaking of situations, the Browns. Follow those. Sam, what's up?
So the Browns are easily the most dysfunctional organization in the NFL, I would say. The moves that they make are just awful. And this offseason just highlighted how confused everyone is in the front office and how just poorly it's run. They signed Joe Flacco, which is good. Joe Flacco's fine, backup quarterback, and they also signed Kenny Pickett.
Traded
For Kenny Pickett. So you'd think, okay, that's their QB room right now. Not great, but that's their QB room. They'll add a quarterback, whatever. Deshaun is a whole other situation, but he's hurt. And then they draft Dylan Gabriel, which was the most confusing pick, I would say, second most confusing pick.
Saints?
Second to the Shedeur pick.
Wow. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Later on in the draft. Dylan Gabriel was a 6-year college quarterback that was never that good, undersized. Everyone viewed him as a good college quarterback, but a clipboard holder in the NFL. So you're taking a clipboard holder in the 3rd round, which just is the most Browns move ever, I would say. And then they take Shedeur later after they had taken Dylan Gabriel, which Shedeur fell, whatever. That was a whole saga. But having 4 quarterbacks now in the QB room and none of them are very good. None of them are great. And I don't understand the point of all this. Because if you're going to take a rookie QB and you have 2 vets on the roster, that rookie QB is going to develop from those 2 vets. But now you have 2 rookie QBs that are in competition with each other while also learning from these vets. It's just...
And being in competition with the vets.
Exactly. It just makes no sense at all why you'd have all these guys on a roster, because it just shows there's no clear vision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
When you take a QB in the draft, you have a vision of that QB eventually becoming your starter. Or just being a backup. But it seems that they want both Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur to both eventually become the starter, but
Well, here's the thing.
becomes the backup. Confusing.
What I'm most confused about is they can't take 4 quarterbacks into the regular season. That is, you cannot do that. It's a waste of a roster spot.
But they will.
So what do? You have 2 rookie quarterbacks, right? You have the oldest quarterback ever, Joe Flacco, feels like it, and Kenny Pickett. And it felt like early belief is that it's gonna be Pickett, but it's just they're all like here. There's no one above or below. Who do you relegate to the practice squad is my question, and I think it's going to be a rookie. I think it will be either Gabriel or
Well, it has to be a
Shedeur.
rookie.
So I think honestly, I think that I think this has been the longest at bat ever.
I know.
I thought that foul was fair. Anyway, I think that when it comes down to it, like there's gonna be a winner. They're going to have to name someone as their day one starter. And I personally, and I've been saying this, I personally think it's going to be Shedeur. And I think that one of Kenny Pickett or Joe Flacco, I'm more leaning on Joe Flacco, to get cut. And I think that Dylan Gabriel is going to be the practice squatter.
Well, they would be fine with 3.
Or
QBs
I guess
across.
emergency QB, right? A third string.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think that I think that Joe Flacco, like if he isn't the starter, I think he gets cut. Because I don't think there's any point. I mean, maybe having him as a backup, but like if I have Kenny Pickett as my backup, I'm like I'm perfectly fine with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I think it's gonna be Shedeur because I think they drafted who they want to be their backup before they drafted who they want to be their starter. And maybe it doesn't work out. Maybe it doesn't work out that way. But what are we going off of? We're going off of workouts. We're going off of interviews, right? But you can't ignore film. And both of them have incredible film. Both of them have incredible film, right? Like, but Dylan Gabriel is older. Like when you if you're drafting a rookie high in the earlier rounds, you don't want them to be a 6-year starter. Like you want them to be like as soon as they can enter the draft, they will.
Let me just cut in real quick and say that Shedeur has been basically only doing reps with the third team. So I think that's a huge thing, right? Sam.
And your Dylan Gabriel point about him being a 6-year starter, I know I brought it up about him being old, but the 6-year starter would make more sense if you wanted him to plug and play at QB immediately.
But is that what the Browns want?
For 6 years.
I mean,
know it's what the Browns want. I don't think it's what the Browns want. But I think the day one starter is going to be Flacco.
Yeah.
He's the only one that has had any experience and also success in the Stefanski system.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he brought them to the playoffs. It was terrible against the Texans, but he brought them there. Shedeur, I just, quite frankly, don't think he's that good of a quarterback. And
yeah,
I mean, it's like who do you cut? But it's also the Browns. So I don't think anybody gets cut.
That's true. One could get relegated to the practice squad straight up. I see two outcomes. These are my two outcomes. Well, you said, Sam, Flacco is QB1, right? And then Pickett QB2, emergency quarterback Gabriel, and Shador is practice squad. My other scenario is the other scenario, I don't see a team taking two rookie quarterbacks. Just to be clear, I do not think Gabriel or Shador will win the QB battle going into the regular season. I don't see. I see a scenario if there are injuries, but I don't. Why would you waste? Why would you like immediately send two quarterbacks into like the slaughter, which is the Browns currently and their offensive system? The other scenario I see is Gabriel practice squad if Shador has a really good camp, right? If they have regarded him as accurate. They compliment him all the time. I'd also like to point out there's been there's been no reporting. Probably because they don't want all the amount of attention the media gets. Like there's been no reporting on who's winning this QB battle.
There's been and I don't know if it's just me, but there's been no reporting on any of the rookie quarterbacks. The only rookie quarterback I've heard stuff on is Jackson Dart, and that was a long time ago. I haven't heard anything about Cam Ward. I haven't heard anything about Tyler Shug, except for him getting his contract. Like I don't know. I feel like it's kind of and this isn't just about the Browns, obviously, but it's kind of I think they're keeping it like low key, or I don't know. And also like training camp is starting next week. This week?
Well, I think so.
Yeah.
So obviously we'll see more stuff.
Yeah, it was just mini camp and OTAs, right? So.
Yeah. But
from a day ago from Yahoo, the Browns.
I was reading that. There's nothing. There's literally nothing.
An increase in snaps.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It just seems like the Browns' philosophy was we made a mistake with Deshaun Watson. And he's hurt. So let's just get more QBs instead of trying to find the one.
I think personally they need to cut their losses, swallow their pride, and buy out Deshaun Watson's contract and cut him and let him fade into obscurity, because what good is having him on your roster?
There's no good.
He is sitting there taking millions of dollars, racking up controversies by doing absolutely nothing, just existing. But that is the reputation that he has at this point.
Who should?
Why not? No, Deshaun.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was not listening. Speaking of controversies, real quick. Also, Shador is not helping himself getting those speeding tickets. Anyway.
Oh yeah, true. But I just think it has to be a pride thing at this point why Deshaun Watson is still on that roster, because even when he was playing, he wasn't good.
No, he's ass.
He got hurt, but even before that, he wasn't good.
Yeah, I mean, my whole thing is either you now, just in the perspective of the Browns, it's why there's no point in cutting him now because you're gonna have to pay him anyway. He's just he's hurt. So there's no point in cutting him now. I guess you wait until you see if there's any life when he's back, and then if there's not, you cut him. But who knows what they'll do? They're the Browns.
Yeah, the Browns have so many decisions to make. Quarterback's the biggest one, but also I think it needs to be mentioned. Quinshon Judkins just got arrested.
Oh yeah.
For something bad.
He's not gonna play. I feel like his career might be over if those are true.
Really bad. That's a really bad way to start your career. I mean, that's just obvious. And come on. That's okay. So that's ready for this. That's 3 draft picks on guys that don't really have a hope of making the starting roster.
But Judkins wasn't a bad pick.
At the time, no, absolutely not. He is a good running back.
Yeah,
he's a terrible person.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well.
Okay, we're forgetting this too. The Browns also took 2 running backs in this class.
Who was the other one they took?
They took Judkins and Dylan Sampson out of Tennessee.
Oh yeah. So I guess they covered their losses, kind
I
of.
guess so, but
I've heard like low-key nothing but bad things about the running backs. And the only ones that I've heard about are Judkins and Jaden Blue. So I've heard really bad things about both of them.
oh, the rookie running backs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything on Genty.
Or Henderson.
Or
Other
Hampton.
than he just signed his contract, so
Yeah. You guys saw about Jaden Blue?
Yeah,
No.
he is a diva.
He's lazy,
and lazy.
and they don't like that they drafted him. Anyway,
oof.
but
Well,
yeah,
I think that's all we got to say about the Browns.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's much else, unless you have anything, Sam.
No, I mean it's very interesting.
Do we want to
situation.
predict their record?
I can't see them winning more than 4 games.
I think they do the same thing. I think they go 3-14.
who do we think's gonna win the QB battle? Like definitively.
I'm
After
gonna.
this
I
discussion.
this will
Joe
be
Flacco.
like, yeah. This is my final order. I think Joe Flacco, QB1, Kenny Pickett, QB2, and I'll go. You know what? Shador, QB3. He has a good camp and somehow beats Dylan Gabriel. And then people are going to talk about it. And then what I think is going to happen, Flacco gets hurt or like he's old and they realize he can't play. Pickett, they realize also can't play. Somehow Shador wins the starting job and they make the No, I'm kidding.
And he's wearing 12.
Not the last part. And he's wearing 12.
I think it's gonna get down between Flacco and Shador, as I said. Although I do have to agree with you guys that I think Flacco is going to win and get the job. I don't think Shador is going to be QB2 in this instance, even if he was like the second best in camp. I think it is still going to be Kenny Pickett, and I agree with you, Dan. I think Shador is going to be QB3.
It just goes down.
Yeah. I could see Shador going 3, but I could also see him going 4.
Yeah, I could see him totally not making the roster. It's just with the lack of reporting on the situation, just because it is the offseason still, we're not even in August. Yeah, I could totally see it happening right now, but things could very well change. Opinions could change too. We might have to revisit this 2 weeks later.
At the end of the day, it's about who they want to be sitting on the bench in that third spot to get that experience.
Mhm.
If they think that Dylan Gabriel could, in any way, shape, or form, pan out, and same thing with Shador, then that's who's going to be on there. Like, at the end of the day, talent aside, I think that is what it's going to come down to.
Mhm.
Just because you mentioned Jaden Blue, did you hear about Devontae Turpin?
No.
He's like facing 2 charges right now.
Damn.
I don't know about what, but seems like
Man, that's just sad. You just hate to see that. Moving on. So, yeah, speaking of old QBs, the Pittsburgh Steelers are a team. They exist, and they have one destiny, it seems, and that's to go 9-8 or 10-7 every year.
And it's getting way to go 9-8.
Yeah, the most true. So,
Yeah.
Luke.
So I'll just briefly and maybe a little extended look at what the Steelers have done so far this year. I think they've had one of the more polarizing off seasons. I think that can be the case that a lot of people would agree on. But let's just go back to early, like the start of free agency. So first thing they do, so I think it was the first thing they did, was they signed Darius Slay after he got cut by the Eagles, which we knew like was going to happen. Like we kind of, seeing the Eagles team, seeing the money situation, kind of figured that like some old vet was going to get cut. And not that it 100% makes sense that it was Darius Slay because he's such an icon on the team. But you also see that they traded CJGJ, right? And
in Houston, right?
yes, and they lost Milton Williams, obviously, to the Patriots. So they kind of had a big – and Bryce Huff, right? Or no?
Yeah, Bryce Huff's on the 49ers now.
Yeah.
Dog.
Who else did they
Brain
lose?
dip.
I don't even remember who else they lost. But they lost a lot. Like, we can –
Bradbury.
James Bradbury, he wasn't playing, but like fact of the matter is they lost on defense. Darius Slay was one of the guys that they lost. Not surprising. Signs with the Steelers immediately. I would say a great ad for them, especially in a room where your number one is Joey Porter Jr. Right?
No, it's not.
It was at the time.
Okay, my fault.
Yeah. Sam is watching you like a hawk. He's like, please make a wrong claim about the depth chart.
So
that move about Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, sorry to talk dirt on your guy. But then so you have that vet experience in the locker room for Joey Porter Jr. Very promising, all that. So that's fine signing. Then you trade for DK Metcalf, who was one of the biggest talked about trade candidates after he requested his trade from the Seattle Seahawks a little bit earlier towards the back end of the season and in the off. I think it was more in the offseason. And then you trade him for a 2nd-round pick and a 7th-round pick, which I think for DK Metcalf, maybe a little bit of an overpay. I think he was worth a 3rd at best. I mean, the 2nd is fine value for him. But then you sign him to a 5-year, $150 million extension, which would give him an average annual value of $30 million a year. I also think that is a bit of an overpay for DK because he has the talent, but we haven't really seen the numbers.
Well, you said 5-year 150.
5-year 150.
And
Jeez, I don't know.
T. Higgins is making, I think, less overall for 115.
I think slightly, either slightly less or slightly more.
That's around the same. That's like base. I'm terrible at mental math right now, but that's kind of insane.
Yeah,
they traded him for what was the package again?
It was a 2nd and a 7th for him and a 6th. Yes, and a 6th, and immediately signed him to that 5-year, $150 million deal while me and Dan were at the Rangers game. Anyway, unimportant.
I remember that.
Then they added some other stuff, like they brought back Mason Rudolph,
Woohoo!
staple. They signed some other guys, some other roster fillers, whatever. We get to the draft, and I would say that the Steelers had a fine draft. They didn't do anything too crazy. They drafted Derek Harmon, which adds to their super crazy good defensive line. And they drafted Caleb Johnson out of Iowa, right?
Yeah.
To fill that spot because they lost Najee Harris to the Chargers. So they added him to fill that. And they added Jack Sawyer in the 3rd round from Ohio State. So, just kind of like a decent draft. Nothing too crazy. Then we get to a big trade because the whole thing we were talking about, or the storylines that were coming out, is you get DK, you pair him with George Pickens, who ends up getting traded to the Dallas Cowboys for
that was a 3rd.
It was a bag of chips. No, I'm just kidding. It was a 3rd and a 5th.
That was
which I think that's a good package. I think.
Yeah, that's a good
but it kind of makes you think what could have been. I feel like at least I was, as a football fan, excited to see DK and Pickens play together because they both, football talent aside, which they are very good talents, they have big personalities as well. So fierce personalities. Oh yeah. Well, I was gonna get to these awful uniforms.
I'm sorry, I thought that wasn't gonna share right away. Yeah, can we interrupt?
These are so bad.
Can we quietly?
I can't see them.
Yeah, let's just quickly interrupt, Luke.
Yeah.
These are the worst. These are this. I'm gonna go on record and say this. I firmly believe that these are worse than the Giants throwbacks.
Yeah, they are.
Oh my!
What is that bullshit in the middle?
Someone said.
I think the Giants,
someone commented. It is every single color of dehydrated piss.
So
is
it looks
just two.
neon in the bottom there. I'm glad they didn't do that. Because
So
that would have been
the
bad.
stripes are it's the team's original uniform numbers to modern league standards. Which
So
just
I
doesn't-
think that
I don't
this
think
is
these
a
are
really
modern
good
leagues
lesson. This is a great lesson that we should have learned from the Giants. Just because you have a retro jersey does not mean you need to bring it back.
I would also to that point, Luke. I would say that anything football related from the 1950s or before, like you don't need to bring up ever.
Yeah.
Like you just don't. Even the 60s and before, you don't need to. Like we're good. Like we'll
No, I
pass.
agree.
Anyway, okay. Sorry,
Nah, you
not
gotta
to
bring
No, no,
interrupt.
back.
all good, all
Bring
good.
back the sweaters.
Yeah,
The sweater's true. Those are actually
those
kind
were
of
fine,
fire.
and like
Those
that,
are actually fire.
those like objectively like are ugly, but they work, right?
Yeah.
No,
Can we
like,
agree on
not
that?
even like obviously you can't wear them on the field, but like put like a jersey number and a last name on it. I feel like that kind of fire.
Do that for the Christmas game. Screw it. So then we kind of like some more time passes. They re-signed Deshaun Elliott. You know, they like kind of like keep the pieces that they need. They don't really lose too much outside of Russell Wilson, Justin Fields. They lost who else? George Pickens, as I talked about. But then they lose Minka Fitzpatrick in a trade that sends them Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith, which, and I think it was just Minka and like a late round pick swap. After the way that Minka has played the past 2 years, this is an insanely good trade for the Steelers because you have Jalen Ramsey. It's Jalen Ramsey. I know Sam will agree with me on that. It's Jalen Ramsey. He's good. He's still good. And not to say that Minka isn't like an insanely talented football player because he is, and I think that it's a fair trade, but I think that I think that the Steelers will benefit the most from it because, as I said earlier in that corner room, now you add Jalen Ramsey, who is a proven top corner in the league. Maybe he's a little bit on the bad end of time, but you get him in that room with Joey Porter Jr. and Darius Slay, and now that's more mentorship for Joey Porter Jr. And then you add Jonnu Smith to go alongside Pat Fryermuth, and Arthur Smith, who's the offensive coordinator, loves his tight ends, as we know. Loves them.
Can't get enough of them.
Because what happened the last time Arthur Smith and
Jonnu
Jonnu Smith were in the same franchise? Jonnu Smith had a great year with the Falcons. So that I think is a good trade for them. And like again, more adding to the stuff that, you know, they kind of needed to add. But now we kind of get to like the back end. First thing that they do, well, not the first thing, but as of beginning of this month, they extended Omar Khan, their GM, through 2028, which is good. Which is, I don't think he's a great GM, but I think, you know, I just, like, I don't know.
Let me give the Steelers some credit. They're willing to make moves. They're willing to change things around. All right.
Whether they're good or bad moves, they are willing to make them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And, I mean, that's to say, like, how much control does Tomlin have on the team? Like, because if Omar Khan is willing to listen to the demands that Tomlin has in terms of trading players and stuff like that, like maybe that's why they keep him around, you know? But the two biggest questions for the Steelers this offseason were quarterback and a TJ Watt extension. Because what we're talking about with TJ Watt is that he could go and get money from any team, right? Any team would be willing to pay him whatever. So if the Steelers lose him, and then we're talking about this as they just lose Minka, it's like, I don't know. Like, if they lose TJ, like, it's not going to be good. However, in return for that, they made him the highest paid player in the NFL, non-quarterback in the NFL. He got a 3-year, $123 million extension, which is an average annual value of $41 million a year, which is $1 million more than what Jamar Chase is getting.
That's so petty, by the way. That's just
Yeah.
that's just. I think the only reason you do that, like you pay someone $1 million more, is to like it's like, hey, we really value you, and we're gonna
Well, I don't know if it's
do
petty
that on
for
purpose.
Jamar, but
It's not petty. It's like
I think it's more
intentional.
petty towards Myles Garrett.
Yeah, that too. We didn't even bring up Miles Garrett when we talked about the Browns, but
Yeah, because Myles Garrett's getting 4-year 160,
yeah,
and that's AAV of 40.
So another thing
that's
with
pretty
TJ's contract is that it has $108 million of guaranteed money attached to it. Now, the funny part about that, and I don't know if this is a coincidence, but it would be a pretty funny coincidence, is that is how many 108 is how many career sacks TJ Watt has. And that is his guaranteed money.
That could be a really weird coincidence.
Yeah, it could be a really weird coincidence. But
I would like to quickly bring up Aaron Rodgers.
yeah, so that was my next point. That was where I was about to go. So the biggest thing in terms of controversies, well, not really, but Aaron Rodgers, 4-time MVP quarterback, who we all know, signed a 1-year, $20 million deal. That is a crazy amount of money for someone who this is his last year in the NFL. But it could be good because I don't like Aaron Rodgers, but you cannot deny he's a great quarterback if he can stay on the field.
Yeah, I mean.
But yeah, that was the Steelers timeline. If we
It'll
want
be
to talk about
interesting.
anything specific.
To see how Aaron Rodgers plays. Also, I just want to add, how much of a headache was George Pickens behind the scenes? The fact Tomlin dealt with AB for so long, yet he couldn't handle 3 years of George Pickens.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I would just like to point out like how drastic this Pittsburgh Steelers team is in comparison to last Pittsburgh Steelers team. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was pretty in on them last year. I did think Russ would work out, like at least a little. Like I thought, and I mean, if we want to get like technical, I mean, I guess it kind of worked out. Like they
made the playoffs.
They made the playoffs, which again, like obviously the biggest narrative about the Steelers is like they get to the playoffs and lose immediately, but they for the ceiling that was provided, like that worked out. I would argue that worked out. Justin Fields, that did not work out. Obviously, they had two quarterbacks that were pretty similar.
But it wasn't
value.
bad.
No. I mean, he was good with them. But the Steelers constantly do they do themselves in. They make moves with the lowest ceiling, and I just truly think that the goal of getting to the playoffs every year is not worth it if you cannot win against other playoff teams, and they will never, unless it was Will Howard, right? That's they have Will Howard. Unless Will Howard develops into an amazing quarterback, then this move is not worth it because they are not gonna do any. They're not gonna win the Super Bowl. They will not win the Super Bowl. That is my most guaranteed take. The Steelers will not win the Super Bowl.
I mean, yeah, this isn't a championship roster, but and I think just briefly what we can touch on before we move on is the quarterback situation that you were just talking about, right? Like they have Aaron Rodgers, and the expectation is that they do well and they continue that winning culture that Pittsburgh is known for. But let's say they go 9-8. They're not in a position to get a top-end quarterback in the draft. They are going to land a Drew Aller. They are not going to land an Arch Manning.
Yeah, I mean, Arch, I don't think is declaring. But besides that, it seems.
But I'm just saying, talent level, you know.
Oh yeah. It seems like they were really in on Kenny Pickett being the guy, because Ben just retired, and they're
So
like,
stupid,
okay,
but-
like we'll have another franchise QB, and it didn't work out, and now they're just scrambling to get a QB that will just push them over the hump
Look.
of making the playoffs or having a winning record. It seems like the Steelers are just, let's get a winning record, and not like, hey, let's actually put together a good football team to go far.
Will Howard, just briefly,
Mid.
he will be in the league for a while. Whether that is a backup or like a occasional, emergency starter, like I think he will be in the league for a while, and that's just because he's athletic. Like he has value around the red zone, especially. He's bad under pressure. We know that from just like the Michigan game. You could go back to that. But I mean, he led a team to win the college football playoffs. So I think there's some value there, even though the Ohio State's roster was unbelievably good. At the end of the day, like he's not the franchise guy, obviously, unless Aaron Rodgers unlocks something in him, which I don't think he will. And that's, I think, all we have to say about the Steelers. Which leads us to the last team. So,
yes,
Sam. I think after this, I think this discussion helps. I think the first 45 minutes of this podcast helped because there is just so much discrepancies going on with every other team in this division. Yet the Ravens have such a good roster; it's unbelievable. Sam, you think they're the clear winner?
Yeah, they have the most talent. They are the best drafting team. Like the Browns aren't going to do anything. The Steelers are just stunk. And the Bengals, like, unless some miracle happens, they're not going to compete. I do think the Bengals might finish second. But, I mean, it's Lamar Jackson. Malachi Starks is a huge addition. Kyle Hamilton, Roquan Smith. Those are just three guys on the defense. One of them's a rookie. Marlon Humphrey, as washed as he is still a decent corner.
He's not washed, Sam.
Well, from what he used to be.
Yeah.
I would also like to point out that the Ravens make these two picks for defense, and then they get Emory Jones, who will be good for run blocking. Like, that's what they need.
The offensive line is a big question mark for the Ravens.
They also have the greatest running back of this generation.
Yeah, and the greatest running quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
Not to mention Zay Flowers is a good receiver. Rashad Bateman gets his catches every now and then.
As I said
whatever.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I know I said the other day that I didn't think it was gonna be the Ravens, and that was kind of stupid to say because I feel like after we kind of dove into these teams, I think it's clear up and away because these teams they have I think we really talked on some flaws that these teams have, and you look at the Ravens and it's kind of what are their flaws? What are their biggest holes? What are their biggest issues? I don't think that they have very many except the Bills and the Chiefs, and there's kind of no helping that, but because it's always kind of a toss-up, so.
And also, the Ravens are the only team in this division. Oh my God, I forgot they got Jair Alexander.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that too.
But the Ravens are the only team in this
crazy.
division that have a realistic shot at a Super Bowl. They're the only team in this division that's actually competing for it and has gotten close. I mean, the Bengals those 2 years, but haven't done anything since.
Yeah,
I want to say the Bengals were there when Lamar was hurt.
Does anyone have any hot takes about this division? I have one.
I think the MVP will be out of this division.
Do you think the MVP will be out of the division?
Yeah.
Shador?
Yeah. No, I think Burrow and Lamar. If the Bengals are good, I think that Burrow has a really good chance. And even last year when they were mid, he was still like top 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. I think he has a good chance. I think Lamar obviously has a chance every year. He had a great chance last year. But I think that's my take. I think that the MVP winner will be out of the AFC North.
Bo Nix has plus
Knicks.
3,500 odds to win MVP. I was just looking at MVP.
Oh.
That was really weird.
I know Jaden Daniels has really good odds.
He's plus 750.
Okay, I have a question. So, who do we think has who do we think has better odds to make the playoffs? The Bengals or the Steelers? Like, obviously,
Steelers.
do you think the Steelers?
Just because.
See, as I would agree with you.
Just because. I mean, there's no uncertainty with the Steelers, but at least they have their defense locked up.
My hot take is the Bengals miss the playoffs.
That's not a hot take.
I don't think that's a hot take. They have an MVP. I mean, I think it is a hot take. They have the MVP, and they have the two with the best receiver in the league. I know, like
I think that is a hot take, honestly.
I think it's a hot take. I don't think the Bengals make the playoffs.
I think that's a hot take. I think they will make the playoffs.
Okay.
I think they'll sneak into the playoffs.
It's like
or they're going to be insane. You know, it's like kind of hard to tell.
No defense. And also, like, their offensive line has been an issue forever, and they haven't really addressed it.
Yeah, I think that's what we were talking about when the draft happened. It's like, so when are they taking? When are they going to take a offensive lineman? And they just didn't. I think, granted, the offensive linemen in this class past a certain number were great, like past 12. But yeah, that's my hot take. Sam, you have a hot take?
I think the Ravens win the Super Bowl. That's my hot
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't really thought about who I think is going to win the Super Bowl this year. My gut always says Chiefs, but that's who I said last year. I did say Chiefs Eagles. I listened back to a few more episodes. I said Chiefs Eagles and Chiefs win.
I have a hot take for the NFC North.
I want Iguodala.
Saving for the episode.
No, I know. I'm throwing a little teaser.
NFC North. I have a hot take for the NFC North. So.
Okay, we're not talking about the NFC North.
Okay.
Crazy takes.
I think we kind of covered the division. Watching Jordan Hicks destroy my baseball team.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say since when were the bases loaded.
Yeah. Well, I think it's quiz time now.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We're gonna do a Sporkle. We're gonna do this traditionally.
There's a lot of names.
Yeah, I wish you could get rid of the ads. Like I know you can click out of them, but
Sporkle's so boring with that shit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're doing a quiz. We're gonna do this one is called the best fantasy football seasons ever. So like this is all time. I don't think they tracked like
all time.
It looks like none before 2000 on this list. But
okay.
let me pull it up.
That's gonna be tough.
It is gonna be tough.
There's names here.
All right, so we're doing best fantasy football players ever. I don't think it's before the year 2000. So most of us, at least know the 2010s pretty well and the 2020s. I can't believe we're like halfway through this decade. Sorry for the ads. It's stupid. But, Sporkle, shout out. Sponsor us.
Please.
Yeah, why not? So I'll go first. Just to kick it off, and we'll go Luke Sam. So I'll go Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley.
2 great seasons.
Okay. Mike Jordan Hicks.
I didn't.
The game's over.
Oh.
I will take. Julio Jones.
Nice. Definitely on there.
I don't even see okay. There.
He had only one. Yeah, that makes sense. He was like Mr. Consistent. So,
I'm seeing Washington 2015 tight end. Give me Jordan Reed.
Wow. Throwback. Let's see. I'm looking at quarterbacks. I mean, there's a lot of obvious ones, so I'll get like a lot of them out of the way. Oh, just two. Lamar Jackson, best fantasy QB season ever.
I want to get one that's like not something that we get. I want to get a tight end. Let's do Antonio Gates.
There's
Nice.
a lot.
That's definitely on there. Yep.
Okay.
There's a lot of Kansas City. Give me Priest Holmes.
Oh, I just spelled his name pirate.
I have
Damn.
no idea who that
Top
is.
two.
Knock it down.
He had the best fantasy running back season ever. I wonder if it's PPR. I don't know if that factors in.
We got to pick it up.
Yes, I realize that. I will go McCaffrey.
Sticking to running
First
backs, I'll do Jonathan Taylor.
Not on the list.
Is it an O? Jonathan?
Is it?
That's
Nope,
crazy.
not on the
Actually, damn.
All right, skipped. Sam.
Wait, no, I can do another one.
Nope, you're skipped. Sam.
Danian Tomlinson.
Yep. You got
nice.
3. I also got 3 on that list. Interesting character, but Le'Veon Bell.
Has had some great tweets recently.
Michael Thomas.
Nice. That's definitely on there. Yep. Just one.
Let's go. Jamal Charles.
Yeah.
My favorite. He's got to have 2, I think. Oh, just one.
Nah, just
That's
crazy.
I'll go Aaron.
The Kansas City Chiefs in the draft.
What?
Remember that? Him choosing in the
A-Ron.
draft. Do you remember that? He just doesn't know how to read. He's illiterate. Anyway, is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay. Josh Allen.
Yep. You got 3. I don't think there's a 4P yet.
Michael Vick.
Michael Vick.
Nice.
7. I'm a dog.
I'll get the big one out of the way.
Yeah.
4, 5. He had 5
Yeah.
of the top.
All right, fine. Gronk.
Oh
Oh.
my God.
1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, I see a tight end I want, but anyways,
Dallas
Sam.
Clark.
Who?
Dallas Clark.
Wow,
Give me that shit.
that's a steal.
Give
I
me
got
that
one
shit.
for you.
Oh, I see.
Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham. He had he had two in that list.
Tony Gonzalez.
Yep. We're almost done with tight ends. Oh, I have one, I think.
There's. Oh,
San
Vernon
Fran-
Davis.
Oh, bruh.
Yep.
I mean, San Fran, dude.
Yeah, that's
What?
easy, Dan.
I want to get the top. We haven't gotten the top. Oh, boy. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Gorge.
I spelled his name right. Just a
You.
A 2. Yeah.
Hold on.
We don't have a lot of receivers.
No, I know. I kind of.
2003
I-
Rams.
The top one is easy.
2020? Darren Waller?
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Really?
Give me-
That's wild.
Oh my! Give me Josh Gordon.
That's a
Great.
good one.
Great pull.
Flash.
I'll get the easy one.
Oh, there's another.
Baltimore tight end 2020. Oh, Mark Andrews.
I'm blanking on the Philly tight end.
Seattle.
Zach Ertz.
2003.
Luke just said it, but okay,
that's-
I'll
I
steal
wasn't
it.
even-
Sorry, I was excited.
Yeah. Anyway, Luke, you're
St.
up
Louis 2003. Give me Isaac Bruce.
again. Oh, okay. How do you spell?
Just type in Bruce.
Yeah, that might work. Nope.
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
Wrong.
Give me Tyreek Hill.
What?
I'll do Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna get stuck on this St. Louis
St. Louis what?
2003 receiver.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Oh, is it Torrey Holt?
Yes, probably.
Um,
I think it's RY.
It's no E. No E.
just that?
Yeah.
Really? Oh well.
Oh.
Back to me. Rest in
Yeah.
peace.
Rest in peace.
No, just because like he had the one good season. It's crazy. He had the third
Three
best
good
fantasy season ever.
All right, I'll just get it out of the way, Mahomes.
Boom.
Is that really? Give me Dante Culpepper.
That's not right.
Dude, you are. It's
It's
D A and
D-A. Yeah.
Oh, like the actual spelling of Dante. I'll get Sam's favorite.
Oh yeah, Saquon.
Um,
The
Did anyone do
RB2
Antonio Brown yet?
no.
Antonio Brown,
Your favorite?
my favorite.
There's a lot.
Bucks legend.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get
Four.
this Indy 2003. Is that
Quarterback?
Reggie Wayne? I know
Oh.
the quarterback.
Is it
Can you
T-
try
wait,
Marvin
wait.
Harrison then?
Oh yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah,
it.
that's definitely it. Yep.
Is there?
Guys,
I'll
it's
go
a
Peyton Manning.
2007
Nice.
New England Patriots receiver season.
Oh, wait.
The greatest receiver of all time.
Yeah, Randy Moss.
Nice.
That's not who I wanted to do, but Sam was like literally in my ear.
I'm sorry, dude. Give me.
Because
Terrell
Sam wants all
Owens.
the good, wants all the sneaky ones.
That's not.
Oh, got a good one. I got a good one. Just
Terrell Owens.
I'll go David Johnson.
Oh, that's a banger.
Cam
Yeah.
Newton.
Philly 2008. I'm gonna guess Brian Westbrook first. I think it's Westbrooks. If not, it's Shady. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's another guess for someone, so I'll just steal it. Oh,
He's not there.
well, all right, I got one wrong.
Oh, no! We're skipping your turn. What is this?
Oh, you're right.
You already spelled it out.
Okay, well, I don't want it. Damn.
Okay, well, I got one
Devontae
for next
Adams.
That's. Yeah.
Oh
Give me
wow,
Steven
I have a banger.
Oh, I have so many bangers at running back. Give me Steven Jackson first.
All right, my turn. Drew Brees.
Yeah, it's easy.
Wow, real niche guess there.
I have a good,
Kamara.
I have a good running back one. What is that?
Kamara.
Give me Arian Foster.
Dude.
I was trying to figure that one out. That's
Oh, I really want to guess one, but I know
My
it's not
God.
right.
There's such an obvious one.
No,
Just do
no,
it.
no. I don't think he's on there.
Yeah, he's not.
Oh, I have
got
a good one. I have a good one.
Demarius Thomas, I think, is on there. I just
Dude,
forget how to
Just
spell
put
his
in
name.
Thomas, bro. Just put it in.
You gotta look at the teams.
Oh.
Yeah, Broncos 2011.
2011 receiver?
I think it's Demarius Thomas. No, it's too early.
Oh, I think I know who it might be.
Okay, well, I guess I'm wrong. So,
Dalvin Cook.
yep, I almost went with Dalvin instead.
I'll try to solve Dan's
Oh God, we gotta hurry up. We got 5
ball
minutes.
knowledge. Give me Brandon Lloyd.
Nope.
Oh, it's not. Then it must be Eric. Decker.
Nope. You can't. You can't say anything.
Uh,
Well, Well, I'm up, I think.
Wait,
Oh, yeah.
it's not.
Oh, Megatron.
Yeah.
Hey, where Denver.
DeAndre. Wait, no.
Did you read it as Denver, but it's Detroit?
Yeah.
Go up, please.
Really easy QB.
Yeah, it's Jalen Hurts.
That's not the easy one I was thinking.
Wait, 2020 Arizona is crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Larry Fitzgerald.
I'm just gonna type.
Really?
Like, go back. Arizona.
No,
Oh,
it's
08.
got
Who else could it be? Did I spell his name wrong?
no.
No, I didn't. Okay, well, back to me.
Damn.
Yeah.
Give me
3
Brady.
minutes. We gotta hurry. Yep.
Brady.
Chris
Just
Johnson.
finish up.
What do you say? Chris Johnson?
Yeah.
Kyler.
Rest of the running
Russell Wilson.
Good shout. Sam?
Jamal Lewis.
Wait, we're missing a tight end. Is that Austin Hooper?
Dan, it's no, it's not. It's not Jamal Lewis.
Is Austin Hooper that Tennessee tight end or no?
It's not Jamar Chase?
I think you're spelling it wrong.
No, that's right.
That's right.
Or just try Chase.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because there's like.
Yeah. Luke.
Wait, was Austin Hooper on the Titans in 2015?
No.
Luke.
And who? Oh, wait. Oh, CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, I wasn't looking at that.
Delaney Walker.
Oh, that's the one I wanted to get so bad. Damn it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not a ball knower.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
There's a running back.
Luke, do you have a guess?
Wait, I only see. Oh,
I have a running back.
I don't know if it's the same, but.
I have no idea. Pass.
Ray Rice.
Yep, that was mine. I don't know the 03. I honestly, I don't know if I know the 08. I thought it was Larry Fitzgerald, so I was like, I don't. These last two are just free for all, I think.
Let me
Green
think.
Bay.
Packers like old running backs real quick.
I don't know any before like Eddie Lacy.
So there's
I'm gonna be
Jamal
completely honest.
Lewis. There
Who could the Seahawks?
Amon Green?
No. Okay.
Sean Alexander.
That's Sean?
No,
I think it's with a U.
U.
Okay, so it's just is it Larry Fitzgerald Senior or Junior? Could be that. That could have been the reason why.
No, just try to type in Fitzgerald.
Yeah, it's probably like a long name. Oh.
That's whack.
I'm trying to
Receiver,
think.
Arizona.
08?
How do you spell his name?
No, 'cause that's red.
I know that's Pittsburgh, but I
No,
don't
you
know.
did it right, dude. I have no idea. I'm tapped.
08?
2008. They went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I thought Larry Fitzgerald was their wide receiver.
It's low key on the tip of my tongue. I can't lie.
I don't. I would be so mad. I can't believe we missed by one.
Um,
If it's someone obvious, I'm gonna be really mad. 9, 8.
Hollywood Brown. No, I'm just kidding.
Michael Floyd was too late.
Marvin Harrison Jr. Oh,
Anquan
no!
Bolden.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Oh my god, because I only thought of him as a Raven and a Lion. Fuck, dude.
That's really annoying.
Yeah,
Also,
that sucks.
I'm not gonna lie, that was easier than I thought it was gonna be. As far as like, I thought there were gonna be some deep cuts.
We are certified ball knowers.
I thought Matt Forte would have made the list. My guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did the thing.
We did it.
I think the craziest pull was Amon Green. That was nuts. I really I had Delaney Walker that year, so I'm mad at myself for that one.
I love Delaney Walker.
Yeah, he had like 2 good years. Titans. Was it with Tannehill?
He had more than 2. He was good.
Was it with Tannehill? No.
No, it was with like Matt Castle and Marcus
Mariota. Yeah. Wow. Well, all right. Hey, that's a good way to kick off the quizzes. That was good.
Yeah.
Luke, you impressed with yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
No, it's pretty. The ones that I said were pretty easy.
Final thoughts, guys?
Final thoughts. We are yet to decide what our next episode will be on, which division, but it will be a good one.
Yeah.
I think NFC North could be good. You know what? Comment down below if you think we should do the NFC North. If someone comments, I might let them be.
If someone, you know what? Even if it's not the NFC North, if you want to see something else, and we get one comment saying to do something else, we will do it.
Yeah.
True.
I have this piping hot
And
take.
say it.
The NFC North.
Oh, okay. No, don't say it then. My final thought is the Red Sox need to make a move for a reliever, and they should trade a position player for him. I won't say who.
Eugenio Suarez is a Yankee.
I could see that.
Yeah,
I would hate
unfortunately. And he's like actually having an insane trade value run right now, and it's really annoying because like we all know he's going to be a Yankee.
Yeah, but
And so will Poskeens and
okay. I think that's a good spot to end it.
Yeah, before the delusion takes over.
All right, we'll be back with another division. A good pod, I think.
Yeah.
I give it like a 8 out of 10 pod.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 every time.
Okay, I like that
No,
energy.
Actually, that jersey of yours in the back that we're seeing is actually knocking it down to an 8 out of 10. So.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, okay, we're back to a 10. It was Luis Robert.
Luis Robert. Hey, good trade candidate. I hope he gets out of Chicago.
And goes to Philadelphia.
That would be scary. But signing off. That's us at Tri-Takes. Peace out.
Peace.